All right, good Wednesday morning, everybody. We are live chatting about the cloudy start and damp start we have across the area this morning. A little bit of light rain in the San Antonio metro. It wasn't heavy, it wasn't severe overnight, but some of the light rain has resulted in some slowdowns on the roadways, which you can check out in just a moment. And also some good much needed rain for some areas across the hill country and also south of San Antonio, especially near Corpus Christi, George West and Beeville, where the rain was most abundant over the last 12 to 24 hours here in our area in south central and south Texas. Outside it is cloudy, it is overcast, it is gloomy and gray, 69 to 70 degrees outside right now with an east-northeast wind around 3 miles an hour. Humidity is not bad, but it is down a little bit compared to where it's usually at for this time of day, but it's also resulting in a lot of moisture overhead, which is why it's so cloudy. And on satellite radar, you see that perfectly. Now, notice the trend. If you watch closely, this is a 3-hour loop of radar. Most of the rain is now shifting farther east towards Houston. We can actually zoom out and show you kind of how that looks like. So big story, San Antonio and for most of the area between here, the Hill Country, Del Rio, Kerrville, Austin, we're all going to dry out for the rest of the day. As a matter of fact, some of these clouds will break apart and we'll see a little bit of sunshine this afternoon, but mostly clouds all day. And most of the rain, big takeaway, is going to shift farther east towards Houston. As you can see, it's not a lot, but it's moderate to light rain, which again can cause problems out on the roads on I-10, around the Houston metro, and anywhere east of Gonzales and east of I-35. So that's the big takeaway. Western Louisiana, between there and Beaumont and Houston, is where I would say the bulk of rainfall will be later on today for the majority of your Wednesday. Meantime, here in San Antonio in the metro, we saw a light batch of rain around the 8:30, 9:30 hour. Mainly on the south side of San Antonio, between downtown, south side of 410, between there, Somerset, Von Ormy, and just south of St. Hedwig. That was again around 9:30 this morning. Now things are drying out, and again, this afternoon we'll see some of these clouds break apart. Metro temperatures 71 at Timberwood Park, 66 at Bernie, 69 at Bandera, and about 71 in San Antonio. So it's a mild to cloudy and gloomy gray start. And, despite the clouds and despite a little bit of sun today, we're not going to see a huge warm up. We'll actually be around, if not below normal, for early to mid-October. It's almost October 15th. The time is going by fast. 68 in Floresville, 71 in Del Rio, and upper 60s out east near Columbus and LaGrange. It feels nice outside though, so feels really good. Again, we're not going to see a massive warm up this afternoon. What you see is what you get, 70s, and we'll likely stay in the 70s all day today here in the San Antonio metro. As a matter of fact, depending on how much sunshine we see, we may reach and break 80 degrees, but again, average this time of year is 84. And considering it was a hot summer, we're loving this kind of weather. 70s all day, cloudy, maybe an occasional sprinkle, but nothing like what we saw this morning or last night. A lot of this rain is coming to an end, and otherwise a blend of clouds and sunshine all day long for your Wednesday. South and southeast winds moving around 5 to 10 miles an hour, a light wind at best. It feels amazing outside, so here's a look at what to expect this afternoon and this evening. We remain mostly cloudy, but again, these clouds will start to break apart. The sun will pierce through the clouds, and highs will be in the upper 70s and lower 80s for today. Late tonight, tomorrow morning, temperatures fall back down into the middle 60s, so tomorrow morning, a little fog, more cloud cover builds, but I would say with the warming of the day, daytime heat, that'll create more of a sunny day tomorrow. So today, mostly cloudy, highs near 79 to 80. But tomorrow, the sun will break out a little faster after morning cloud cover, and that'll help boost temperatures up into the upper 80s, maybe even near 90 degrees. So that's going to be warmer than average. So a huge difference between day to day. Today, upper 70s, below normal. Tomorrow, upper 80s, above average for San Antonio standards for early to mid-October. Okay, very quickly, the eclipse is this weekend. I know a lot of folks are wondering about that. Great news, the path of annularity, the darkest path of the shadow, what we call the moon's umbra. There's the penumbra and then there's the moon's umbra. The penumbra is the lighter part of the shadow, but the darkest part of the shadow that reaches the Earth's surface is moving right over northwest Texas and crossing over San Antonio, pretty much paralleling I-10 and I-37 down to Corpus Christi. But notice as we zoom into San Antonio, anywhere from San Antonio to Kerrville, Rock Springs, Uvalde, Tilden, Atascosa County, Hondo, and down to McMullen County, that's where we're all going to be in the darkest part of the shadow. Now remember, this is an annular solar eclipse, not a total eclipse, so that means it is going to be at least 90% obscured across the area. Towards Corpus Christi, we're looking at about 90% full. Temperatures on Saturday for the eclipse will be in the upper 70s, lower 80s. It's going to be unseasonably cool, and that's good news for us here in San Antonio. Our 7-day forecast, here it is, 92 on Friday. That's the peak of our high temperature. And Saturday, 82, 80 on Sunday. Morning temperature Sunday morning, going to be beautiful. One thing to note on Saturday for the eclipse day, it'll be breezy to windy. Winds will be moving around 15 to 25 miles an hour. But otherwise, the skies will be mostly clear. Otherwise, a few clouds overhead, and it'll be a beautiful day, maybe a light jacket at best, but around eclipse time, which will be around, let's say, 11:55 a.m. here in San Antonio, should be just fine. Temperatures in the 70s. It's going to be perfect weather, just a little breezy. Winds around 20 miles an hour. So that's the 7-day forecast, guys. We'll leave it on this a little longer, but again, Sunday morning, Monday morning, Tuesday morning, going to be gorgeous. Morning temperatures back in the 50s by early next week. That's going to feel a lot more like fall as even high temperatures trend below normal. Highs near 80 Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday.